Let's go.
Hey. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
We live?
We are finally live.
Awesome, man. How's the audio? Audio sound okay over there?
Yeah, the audio sounds good over here.
Okay, cool. Cool, man.
My AirPod is out, though, but
We're going to get started here in a second as you guys are coming on. Give me a quick shout out. Where are you guys from? Where are you guys from? What part of town are you from? City,
Yeah.
state. What are you guys up to?
Good morning, guys.
Cigar and coffee, baby. What's up? What's up, Michael McLeish? What's up, Alex? Alex has got me scheduling stuff out weeks in advance over there.
Nice.
Jersey's in the house. Dirty Jersey. Sandusky, Ohio. Miami. Colorado. Cleveland's in the house.
That's what's up. That's what's
One of
up.
these lighters will work. Wait a minute.
Oh, man, they're flooding the chat today. I love it.
Cool, guys. Orlando, what's up, guys? What's up, Dylan? Cleveland's in the house. Houston, what's up, Jim? Long time no talk, buddy. Hope you're doing well, my man. Indiana's in the house. Sunny Cleveland. Got a lot of people over on Instagram. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Thank you for being here, buddy. He's in Parkland, Florida, my neighbor right next door. Anyways, a lot of cool things going on, guys. I know the subject line today is how I'll never go broke. You'll be like, what the heck is he talking about? I'll share that with you in a second, as it is a super important lesson that I wish I'd have learned a long time ago. What's up, Raleigh, North Carolina? What's up, guys? We'll get started here in a second. Grab your cup of Joe or whatever you need. We'll get started. Thank you guys for being here. Good morning. What's up, Youngstown's in the house? What's up, Rob? What's up, guys? Cool, guys. So today's subject matter, and again, Q&A today. I'd love for you guys to ask some questions. By the way, if you guys are over following me, I appreciate you being here in the social environment. This is so cool to me that we are able to have this amazing technology. Could you imagine, like right now, if we're in lockdown and we couldn't connect like this? It's pretty wild, isn't it? But for me, is what if you guys could do me a huge favor and hit me up later today or tomorrow, go over to markevansdm.com and at the top, subscribe to the website. I got a cool autoresponder email series in there to kind of get to know me, what the DM stands for, kind of my journey, my conversations, what I stand for, what I'm about. I know you're getting a piece of it here and there, but it's a good structured format that allows you to really connect and see if you like me or not. And there's nothing wrong if you don't like me. That's cool, right? Just find someone you like and stick with them. What's up, Christopher? So, and that's what we're going to talk about. What's up, Alice? So, guys, how I'll never go broke. Like I said, you might be thinking, like, what is this guy talking about, especially in this kind of times? And the truth is there's a lot of people going broke. But broke to me is a little bit different maybe in context of what one is thinking. Recently, about, 5 or 6 months ago, I posted a message that said how I lost a cool young Rolls Royce, $375,000. And what that meant is I was pissed off. I was pissed off for a second. I had a loss in a business deal I did. It was like a nanosecond. Back in the day, I used to get mad and hold the anger and like literally let the person that ripped me off like win for years on in advance. I would just like not allow myself to let go. And the reason I was mad, it's not because of the money. Recently, it was because of my pride. The truth is that, I am a business guy. I consider myself semi-savvy. And, the deal got messed up. Why? Simple. I took my eye off the ball. That's really what happened. And not only that, I put my trust into someone that I really felt that I could grow with, and they let me down. They let a lot of people down. But it is what it is, right? So what do you do in those situations? Maybe right now your business is going through this transition. Maybe something's happening. You're starting to see partnership vulnerabilities. You're starting to see things collapse instead of unite. You're kind of separating. So what's going to happen when shit hits the fan? Well, for me, I get back up quickly. See, like the key is how quickly can I bounce up? I'm bouncing up fast. I didn't go out and get wasted with my buddies. I didn't call my friends and do gossip talk for 23 days. I literally bounced back up and immediately did a couple things. Here's what I did, and I'm talking immediately within 25 minutes of finding this out from my accountant. What I did is I actually funded 3 real estate deals. I called a salesperson that I've been wanting to hire for a while. I called him and made a commitment to them, and I invested in myself. I went all in. The thing is with momentum, right? We might be asking, well, like, why would you do that, Mark? You just lost 375 grand. Why would you invest in deals? Why would you invest in hiring people? Isn't that when people are supposed to retract? They're supposed to see where they're at, see what's wrong, what's missing. How can I get better? How can I reduce? For me, it's very simple. It's momentum. Momentum is a real force. It either works for you or against you. And what happens is we create this brain momentum. So back in the day, like I said, when I used to lose, I used to allow that momentum to take over my life. And literally, I missed out on so much opportunity. I had so much, just like no sleep for months on end because momentum was against me. I was sad. This kind of momentum I was talking about. I'm talking like the momentum type where I was sitting at home saying, okay, I go to Starbucks, I spend $3.27 a day. If I stop going to Starbucks for $3.27, I could save $100 a month. $3.27 times 30 days equals X. Do you think my problem was saving $100 a month? See, that's where I was spending all my brain space. That's where I was spending all my creative energy. That's where I was spending my momentum opportunities. But my momentum was shifted to saving. How do I save money? How do I preserve money? And I'm not saying there's not a time and place with a little bit of that. But what I'm talking about is you have to shift your conversation. Again, as business, you have to have someone focusing on that maybe a little bit. But when you're in growth mode, you have to be focused on revenue generation. You have to be focused on your emotional, I call it thought auditing, as you guys know. You have to be thinking like, hey, what's that thought? Why do I feel that way? And as soon as I found out I lost 375 grand, boom, I need to jump in. I need to get serious. I need to get back on the horse. I need to get going. I need to go. Where's the opportunities? See, when I'm investing in myself, by the way, investing in myself and other people, that's going to solve the problem. Revenue always solves the problem. But what happens when we lose, we typically take our eye off of what solves the problem, i.e. revenue. What happens is we start looking for the problem. Why did the problem happen to me? My ego got in the way. My pride is much bigger than that. I must be stupid. I'm better than that. And all this other stuff we tell ourselves. And again, some of it may be true, but the truth is it doesn't serve your bigger cause of where you're going to. See, momentum is an amazing powerhouse. We've seen it all in sports. Fourth quarter, football, they're down 21 points, and then the shift of momentum. You literally see people's faces like, boom, it's over. And you're like, oh my God, what just happened? Well, they just lost because the momentum shifted to one team as opposed to the other. It's that powerful. Now picture us sitting at home, dealing with what we're all dealing with, and the momentum shifting. Oh man, turn off, by the way, shut the news off now. It's not going to serve you. It's nothing. It's not going to help you in any way, shape, or form, period. I promise you. You don't believe me? Turn it on 5 years from now. Someone's dying. Government's doing something they shouldn't be doing. And there's an epidemic somewhere. Somehow, some way, something tragic and drastic is going on. That's called media. That's called news. They're trying to get your eyeballs. If it doesn't bleed, it doesn't lead. So, momentum. Be careful when you invest in yourself. This is why I'll never go broke. I don't allow momentum to control me. I control momentum. Now listen, we all are humans, so we're going to get smacked in the face with reality sometimes. We're going to get losses. We're going to take it on the chin. But the difference is I see when I talk to someone, they're like, hey man, I got wiped out in 2006. Yeah, dude, it's 2020. What the hell's your excuse now? It's 16 years later. And they still using the same bullshit excuse. Why? Why? You know what? My biggest problem with that, it's not the 14, 15, 16 years that they've screwed around. It's who's watching them for the last 16 years make up all these BS excuses. Their kids, their grandkids, their cousins, their brothers, all these people. Sitting there, you're the leader at one moment, now boom. The market's going to set you straight. And that's what's going on right now. As you guys know, you're starting to see who the real players are. You're starting to see who the implementers are. You're starting to see the muscles being flexed of the people that's been sitting on the sidelines doing this work behind the scenes. For example, how do you think the Cigars and Coffee show came about? See, momentum doesn't necessarily mean it's easy. I got to show up and do a show here for 30 to 60 minutes every day. I don't think it's not hard, but I have stuff going on. This is important though. Why? Momentum. Here's the thing is with the momentum factor. See, the thing is what I'm trying to do is suffocate negativity, suffocate the problems, and focus on the opportunity, focus on the solution. And hey, I get messages every single day, multiple messages, many messages asking about, hey Mark, about your mindset. Hey man, what's going on with your workout? Hey man, what's going on with your business? Hey man, what's going on with your finance stuff? Hey man, how's that stock trade going and this and that? So instead of doing one-on-one, how do I do one-to-many? Share the message with many. Yes, I have to put it on the books. Yes, it takes my time away from myself and my family. But this is important to me. Why? Because you guys are important to me, the people that want to show up. And it's important that we grow together. Pay attention to my momentum factor. I'm doing it. See, the thing is, if you're in sales and you're used to making one sale a week, you have to do twice or 3 times the amount of work today to make that same sale a week. But that's okay. What else are you doing all day? See, most people are sitting around. The market's made people complacent, lazy, and think they're smart. None of us are smart. None of us have ever dealt with the situation that we're dealing with right now. No one at all. And yet you're going to have people sit there and tell you how to deal with it. Here's what I do know. I don't know how to deal with it. I know how to deal with me. Do you think you'll be better off 4 months from now with a show online, with thousands of views, with a following, with building trust, rapport, relationship? Or do you think you'll be better off sitting on the couch, eating Doritos, jerking off the Pornhub, and watching whatever else you watch at the day? Where do you think you're going to be better off serving yourself and the world? So knowing that, why are we sitting around watching what others are doing? Why aren't we trying to figure out what we can do? And I think that's truthfully where we all need to be. We need to suffocate the problem through momentum. I'll work harder. See, in my mind, I will literally outwork anybody, including you, anybody watching this video. That doesn't mean I'll outwork you in the field like if you're doing construction. That doesn't necessarily mean that's the same type of work. But to me, outworking is we all, by the way, you should be saying you can outwork me. That's what competitors do. I can outwork you. No, I can outwork you. Okay, cool. Let's outwork each other. Guess what? We both win. That's how it works. See, me outworking you doesn't outwork yourself. Me outworking you does not affect anything that you're trying to accomplish. That's the beautiful thing about this. Me getting wealthier doesn't take money out of your pocket. You helping people get rich doesn't take money out of their pocket. See, once you understand abundance and momentum factors, there's so much opportunity. So much opportunity. But what do you focus on? We talked about this yesterday. What you focus on grows. See, I'm not focused on, oh man, there's a problem out there. You know what I'm focused on? How much opportunity there is. See, this morning, my buddy Mike always used to say this, hey man, I got out of, picture this. You're laying in bed. It's a long day. Let's say you get up in the morning, boom, you wake up. As soon as you step foot out of that bed, guess what happens? You stub your toe. You could think, poor me, I knew it wasn't meant to be. I'm going to just lay back down and figure it out. Or this is a sign to get your ass up. It's time to get to work. See, today, this is a true story. My feet are busted up. I'm on day 71 of 75 hard. My feet are jacked. I got blisters galore. Blisters will take any man down. I promise, any person down. But I have blisters. I won't even show you the feet because they're so disgusting. It's not even needed. But I can barely walk. Barely walk, literally. I'm limping around because these blisters are hurting so bad, right? And I'm sitting here going crazy, I have to do it. I'm up at 4:30 this morning, wide awake. I go out and I'm learning some stuff I'm working on, business stuff. And then boom, at 6:30, I'm walking on the golf course and walking around here. My feet are killing me. I don't want to do it. I have to do it because momentum. Do you think starting your day off by getting up and getting out of bed and getting focused on yourself and getting focused on business and doing the work you don't want to do you think your day is going to be better off or worse off? right? This is the kind of stuff you need to be thinking about because your actions aren't representing what you say you want. See, I always talk to people like, man, I want to make a lot of money. Well, cool. You got to do what a lot of people do to make a lot of money. Well, man, I put in 40 hours. I put in hundreds of hours. Like that doesn't, first of all, you're measuring against the wrong thing. Hours, I'm focused on results. Typically to get the results that I seek, I have to put in many more hours than 40 hours. And oh man, you don't understand, I need to get a raise. I'm like, how do you invest in yourself? How do you bring value to the table? That's what business owners, that's what smart, intelligent people do if you're trying to get successful. You ask better questions. The questions you're asking yourself, if you're not where you're at, where you want to be, it's not because you don't know how to ask questions. You just don't know how to ask the right questions. Because everything that got you to where you're at is because you ask questions to get there. Hey man, how do I go to Chi-Chi's tonight? Hey man, how do I get messed up with my buddies tonight at 6 p.m.? I can't wait for happy hour. Well, I guess we're not doing that right now, but that's the shit you're thinking about. I'm thinking about how can I buy another business? How can I have 14 players? How can I invest $2 million in this? How do I buy a whole life policy that can protect me, my future, for my family when I die? Not when I'm alive, but when I die. These are things that real business owners are thinking about. And I'm not saying you have to be a real business owner to do this, but you have to be thinking in advance, right? Alice, I'd love for you to hop on. Beacon, can you send, what are you doing over there? Eating, Beacon? Man.
Oh no, everybody's having their coffee and cigars. I'm just having, my waffle and my Wi-Fi outside, Yeah, I've been messaging Alice. I sent him the link and everything. I told him once you're ready to ask questions to hop right on. So
here's a good question. I'd like to interact with you guys if you have a question. It's better for me. It makes it a lot more fun. What's up, Christian?
Yeah.
What's up, Rob? Focus on the plan, not the problem. Absolutely, Michael. And again, guys, we have to create a plan and execute. I'll share more of that about some stock trading stuff I do, or even in business. But like stock and anything is create a plan and execute the plan. The problem is everyone lets emotions get in the way, distractions get in the way, problems get in the way. Oh man, you don't understand. I hired a bad person. Fuck, we all do. But that has nothing to do with me. That has something to do with you. You have a commitment to me, no more, no less. That's an excuse. So Alice is saying, hey Mark, what do you recommend for business owners to look for other business opportunities or focus on their business right now during this difficult time? Because I see a lot of people right now, they're trying to look for other business opportunities and not trying to fix the problem with the current situation. Any advice? Yeah, Alice, I'd love for you to hop on the call, man. This is a great question, by the way, and I have a couple answers for it, depending the type of business you're in, depending on what you're trying to accomplish with the business you're in. And not only that, depending on fix the problem. What's the problem? Is the problem internally? Is it the business? Is it the corona? Is it a combination of both? Because the truth is, if you're trying to fix the problem during the corona, the problem typically is internal. The problem's been there the whole time. It's just we haven't put any attention to it because the market's made us sloppy, complacent, and lazy. So what happens is now that we have a massive something going on, by the way, we didn't know it was going to be this, but it's just been in the making. And we've all been here. We all are here, by the way. We're all semi-sloppy in good markets. That's what happens. It's complacency. It's a real thing. So, Alice, I'd love for you to hop on. Anybody else? Beacon, anybody else trying to hop on here? Questions, guys?
I have not gotten anyone else.
Keep your emotions between the lines. I love it, man. What's up, Tim? Good morning, everyone. What's up, buddy? Questions. If you guys got questions over here. What's up, Bradley? I don't think it's that hard, Beacon. And again, buddy, you need to figure out how to post this in here. You need to pin it. I need you to pin this thing. It should be on the bottom right-hand corner. Pins. I know you can do it because I've seen people do it.
Pin.
Q&A.
It says just put user in timeout or block user when I try to do it through StreamYard. What we can do is we can try to pin it on Instagram. I know you can pin on Instagram.
I don't need to create a conversation with you here, my man. I'm doing a show.
This
is the problem. People have fucking thoughts and they start talking out loud. And I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to other people. You guys got to understand how to harness conversations. See, when there's something going on, you got to pay attention. And you can't be thinking out loud. It's cool and this is what happens when you get isolated. You start thinking out loud, talking out loud through your thoughts. There's nothing wrong with that, but like when there's people here, You got to kind of, got to put it together. What businesses are you focusing on right now? Chris is asking. Great question, Chris. I'm focusing on my business, my real estate business. I'm focusing on how to streamline lead flow. I'm focusing on my media company. We're focused on our supplement company, and we're focused on the acquisitions. I'm looking to buy a lot of properties and a lot of not real estate properties, but a lot of properties inside of my other business environments. So when I say properties, I'm not talking single family houses or even apartment complexes. I think it's other businesses as properties that I could buy to create additional income. More importantly, create strategic relationships with my companies. So in my media company, for example, we sell a lot of stuff in like the survival niche, if you will. So why wouldn't I buy survival niche affiliate companies that already have investors list, buyers listed, customers list and all that stuff? I can actually buy that company for XXX and step right into profit generators. So let me share with something with momentum again. And Chris, great question. Guys, this is a real thing. So right after I graduated high school, I bought a seamless gutter company from Larry. Larry out of my small town, Ohio. I had no money. I had no I just knew I was never going to work for anybody. So I went to him and said, hey, man, I don't know what I can do, but I'd like to buy your company. At first, I played it differently. Like my uncle wanted to buy it just to get my foot in the door and created this conversation. And then all of a sudden, what happened is I went over there and said, hey, man, my uncle's not interested, but I'm interested. I bought it for $25,000, if I remember correctly. I gave him $1,000 down. I think I borrowed the money. And then that's a no money down deal, by the way. And then I paid him $287 a month for 5 years. Actually less than that because I sold it. But at the end of the day, what's cool about that is, momentum was built inside that company because the company was already up and running. See, for some reason, we think as entrepreneurs, we have to create something. We have to create something new. Well, the truth is what I've realized as I'm getting older and a little bit wiser, definitely getting uglier, and not funnier. The key with business to me is why can't I buy it? I wish I would have done that in the past. I bought a seamless gutter company, I bought a garage door company, and I've bought websites, and I've bought a lot of different things, but I never did it intentionally. I kind of did subconsciously, like, hey, I need to buy revenue. So what that means is if I give $100,000 for something and it makes $10,000 a month, I'm buying $10,000 a month in revenue. But inside of that, there's still efforts that have to take place. You have to pay people, you have to hire people, you have to manage people, you have to create companies, etc. So all of us could get more strategic about building your company by acquisitions. You guys understand some of the largest companies in the world, the reason they're the largest is through acquiring, not creating. And why do we think we have to create? The truth is it's so much harder to create. You have to create the idea. You have to come up with the content. You have to come up with the website. You have to hire the people to do all these things. It takes a year, 2 years. If you think it takes a year, it takes 10, by the way, right? But it takes all this hard work, and then you hope it works out. Why not find someone that's already put the 5, 6, 7, 10 years of their life into that process, and then they just want to liquidate and move on because they're moving on to something else. And or they just want a steady paycheck. If you have a different knowledge, a different insight, there's so much more you can do with acquisitions. I could buy income today. You know what I mean? I could buy income today. What's up, man? 72, this is effing gold. Awesome. I love it. Beacon, you over there talking out loud still or what? Eating waffles?
No, just trying to coordinate this.
It's okay.
Christian's hopping on. Yep, Christian's hopping on right now.
What's up, Christian? What's up?
Yo.
How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Good, buddy. So, guys, what's the question, Christian? What do you got?
So you touched on it a lot, and as we continue to have conversations and all the rest of it, it continues to kind of almost like a good weed, if you will, but it's growing in my mind. Like I'm trying to truly understand it. So the concept of what your business can do for you is so powerful. But what I struggle with as I'm working on becoming that magician, right? When I'm transitioning into that new lifestyle and all the rest of it, what does that work start to look like, right? Where the business is serving me and I'm no longer a slave to it, where I have to grind day to day, day in, day out. I hire the right people, but still I feel like it pulls me back and different things like that, where I have to answer the lower level questions or whatever that looks like. So like as your big picture vision is, I mean, that's your unique ability, right? So what does that work start to look like as you start going down that line?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I talk about it in the Magician vs. Mule book coming out April 24th at 12:34 p.m. But I mean, Christian, at the end, you and I talk a lot. At the end, for me, honestly, dude, I think people are trying to become a magician too soon. You know, we forget I'm 40, almost 42 years old, man. I grinded out as a mule. There's 100%. Nothing wrong with being a mule. I think people get this confused. There's nothing wrong with being a mule as long as you're picking up skills by being a mule and you have an end plan of exiting the mule activities inside of that piece, i.e. hiring someone or handing it off to someone and or just not doing it anymore, right? So I think for me, at the end, and dude, I deal with shit every day that I don't want to do. You know, so you can call that a mule effort, but I call it a piece of something that we got to do if we want to grow a company.
100%.
You know, so guys, by the way, Christian runs the DM Alliance where we partner up with other investors across the country. We have a lot of people in there that Christian's talking to. He's great at sales, tactical, KPIs. He's the guy in the day-to-day stuff. But I think on the end of the day, man, I think you're doing an amazing job being a magician. It doesn't feel like it sometimes. So, like, you got to picture the magician oftentimes will spend 2 years to perfect one magician move in front of his audience.
Yeah.
You know, does that mean he's being a mule to be a magician? No, it's like he's practicing his craft. He's learning what he's good at, great at. I think the key with the mule thing, the whole concept is mules where I'm from, they don't even know they're a mule. You know, it's like asking a fish to climb a rope. Can't do it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
The fish is like, yo, I can't do. I'm a fish. They don't even know they're a fish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Collis, hit me up, buddy. Private message me. He's asking how to get involved in the DM Alliance. I'll hook you up with Christian. But yeah, Christian, I mean, I think, dude, at the end of the day, man, one, you're an amazing guy, got some amazing stuff going on, and I know some days suck and some days are amazing, and you're trying to navigate that. But, you know, ask, like, dude, picture where you've been 5 months ago even.
Oh, no, I know. And the reason why I asked this also is not so much just because I'm battling with it, but because you're so good at it and you have it so ingrained that I know this will serve a lot of other people as well. Because, I mean, in the day-to-day that we're discussing, obviously, when we talk the DM Alliance and all the guys that we're partnering up with, there's a lot of that stuff that they try and outsource too early, or just like you said, they try and get too big too quick. And it ends up being a bottleneck because now you're babysitting rather than just doing the work, right? So a lot of times I get, because my natural inkling, especially as like one of those, I'd like to feel like I'm a high level operator, right? Like I want to get in there and get it done, right? So I want to go out and I want to incite certain things, and like now I'm managing, or I micromanage, or I think I can handle a little bit better. Like certain, we'll start getting in that mindset. So I just wanted to have you explain that overall to everybody, and also it helps me. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, I mean, guys, like I said, Christian and I talk a lot. I mean, Christian, on your side, from what you're seeing, I mean, I think the biggest thing is, you know, for you and I, for example, even in the DM Alliance, we have to pivot. You know, everyone's talking about pivoting right now with what's going on. How many times have we pivoted inside a DM Alliance?
A lot.
You know, it's endless. Yeah. It's never going to stop. We're learning, we're growing, we're getting better, we're getting stronger, we're figuring out where our weaknesses are. We're very vulnerable in certain situations. Like, we just want to do great work and help great people. That's all we want to do. And that changes as we grow, right? Because Christian's only one guy. The team is not huge, and, you know, we're not trying to be big. We're trying to be impactful. And there's a big difference there for us anyways. So I think at the end of the day, I think for you and I, it's like just making that plan and executing the plan. There's going to always be pivot moments. There's going to be days you're like, what am I working for? You know, what is all this? Is stupid. Nothing's happening. By the way, for anybody in life and business, it never happens quick enough, ever.
Yep.
You know, and then what's funny about that is when it does happen, you sit back and you're like, man, I wish I had those times back again.
Yep.
So it's kind of a weird game you play with yourself. You don't have to believe me. Read the books. Like, a lot of great people you guys would know. I know I was talking about Delivering Happiness. Tony Hsieh, he sold a company for real money, and he's like, oh my God, that's it? There's a lot of guys I know that sold companies for, you know, 9-figure exits, and they're like, this is all there is? It's not just about the money. That's why you better find some love in, like, showing up. Better find some love in connecting with people. And I'm very passionate, Christian, you know that. Like, I might say stuff that might offend you via words. I'm not saying it to be mean or a cuss word or whatever, but I'm just like, I'm excited. I'm like ready to go. Let's go together. Yeah. And I'm not just talking about it. I'll actually march the lines with you, right? I think that's the key.
100%.
So for all of us, man, I think what you're doing is awesome. Paul asked a question. What would a good skill set be for someone to start picking up on? I think marketing. I think marketing is always a great skill set, right, Christian?
Yeah, marketing and sales.
Sales.
Marketing and sales is the foundation to pretty much any business. But if you have that sales mindset, it'll help you even better on marketing, because now you know what's going to trigger the call to action. Like, you get really good at marketing and get in front of people, then converting it once you have that person in front of you.
That's awesome, man.
Amazing. Well, I gotta hop off for the huddle, but I appreciate you.
Later, buddy. Thank you. Hey, Beacon, anybody else? We got some good questions coming in. Michael said, hey, I own a business that's shut down due to COVID-19, outdoor rec. Hey, I'm looking to SBO loans to get the company through this time. My real estate business is slowing down, and there's still a lot of opportunities. Now is the time to double down on lead gen and call everyone in your database and check in. Have conversation around their needs, be calm in the storm, and help them look for absolutely, man. I love it. I think that's exactly what you got to do. Beacon, you've seen me on Momentum. Like, a lot of people don't know me maybe the way you do. You and I hung out up in Tampa at that event and stuff, and we got to hang out 4 or 5 hours. I mean, you slept pretty much most of the time, but you want to talk about some of that real quick? I mean, I think that's a good story. I mean, it's real. So feel free to talk openly kind of about what we talked about, what you learned, and all that.
Yeah, I mean, hey guys, so momentum is a real thing. It usually, how do I say it? The shifts usually happen when you least expect it. I mean, of course, but it's usually when, like, you've been down dirty in the gritty work, you know, you've been staying consistent, you haven't been seeing any sign of life until you first, you know, get that first sale. That happens in any part of business, you know, from Shopify to when you land your first client as a service-based business. You know, you guys been working so hard putting the systems and processes together, and then you feel like everything is abandoned ship until you finally struck land or you finally struck gold. So, and then once you strike gold, that's when you actually start hitting the point of momentum. Momentum is able to start to shift. So a lot of people, especially myself, I'm guilty of it, where we finally hit that sign of life, and then we kind of, you know, remove our foot off the pedal, and then now we start slowing down. And so the whole point is, like, once you get there, you got to get to the next spot, the next level. You have more momentum to now take it to the next spot. You know, if you're on a slingshot and someone's helping you pull back to launch forward, and you're already launching forward, why would you try to force and pull back? Just keep going with the flow, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Hey, Alice is on here too. He just hopped on and said he's here as well, Beacon.
Okay, Alice, click on the link and then hop on with your microphone, and then you should pop up right within our little group chat right here.
Yes, I mean, man, like, when we were driving up there real quick while he's working on that, like, I mean, you and I were talking about a lot of different things, but
yeah.
You know, here's what I think people don't understand. Like, me muling is different, because it's not muling. It's actually me chasing a dream, being passionate about helping people and wanting to be present. I mean, dude, I don't even remember when we left and when we got done and when we repeated the process, but I mean, these are real days.
Yeah. You know, the biggest thing to me was, like, me, just like everybody else that's watching the stream, has probably just met you through online. You know, me, I've met you through a client, which I met through online. So to actually meet you and actually see you do your own stunts. I mean, Mark, he drove 4.5 hours from Parkland to Tampa, south to North Florida. No joke, with no Uber, no chauffeur, no nothing. And it's not because he can buy, it's because it's the journey. Like, why, like, you know, it's like, why would I not wake up and, you know, do it? I don't have enough time. I'm always on the jet, you know, I'm always flying out. Like, this is now an opportunity that I have a chance to finally drive my car. You know, it's, you know, a lot of us think once we get to success, it's like the leisure is like, oh, I don't have to do anything, you know, because I'm making money. But no, like, essentially, like what's the whole point of being in business, trying to lead a team, if you guys aren't always leading to the next goal, to the next mission, to the next journey? And if you're not going to be there with them along the way, and you are there with us along the way. Yeah. So, yeah, but other than that, and then unexpected conversations happen that changed my life completely. priceless.
No, it's awesome.
It's not about a money thing. It's all about time, and time is valuable.
No, time is the key, man. I think the biggest reason why most people never get successful, I've talked about this, is they're chasing the wrong thing. They're chasing the ghost. They're like, you guys, if you fall in love with the journey, and I'm not saying, fall in love with sitting on the couch, drinking beer and eating Doritos and trying to create weight loss programs. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have to have a passion. You have to have something that has an opportunity to serve and make money and help people, and you have to solve problems. But the journey is amazing. It's the most amazing. I'm telling you, me grinding it out, me sitting there trying to figure out and hit my head. I actually can't wait for my kids to do this and, really hit their head against the wall and watch them fall and watch them scrap, watch them cry, watch them upset, because that's how you're made. It's how you're creating this hard wire effect that allows you to do grit. Grit is the most amazing. That's why I don't like necessarily what's going on, but I enjoy what's going on for me because I'm gritty. I'm dirty. Dude, I'm a hillbilly kid from Ohio. I grew up in a trailer court till I was 10. My parents still live in the same house they live in, and we just work. I love that about where I grew up at. And I'm not afraid to get dirty. I'm not afraid to get punched in the face. I'm not afraid to lead and get smacked down. My ego is in check. I check my own ego. I don't get off the stage and say, oh, yeah, man, I'm the best. I get off stage and say, man, I should have done this. Why aren't there more people here? How could we do better? How can we impact more people? How can we share this streaming? Beacon, you've seen this. You and I, I'm not just saying this to Beacon. This is real talk,
Yeah, man.
Not boom, let's go, man. Okay, and we're not just talking about, here's another thing too, Beacon, we should talk about this. My conversations and these are my daily conversations that I'm saying. This is not something I'm just putting on a front to oh, guys, this is what I'm thinking about. If I'm driving 4.5 hours, we're talking about the same stuff we're talking about. Growth, business. I need you to push harder. I need you to get this stuff quicker. You need to tighten up your thought process. We need to tighten up this SOP. My brain's doing that all the time. By the way, this is not necessarily the best thing at home, right? Because there is a balance, a semi-conversation balance there. Because my brain, when I see things and I see problems, I see the solutions to problems. It's boom, okay, there's a problem. How do we fix it? And not only that, I'm good at compartmentalizing things. As a business owner for my whole life, you got to understand, at one minute I'm screaming and fighting and scrapping. The next minute I'm calm, collective, and I have to collect money, and I have to, present something big to get access to more money or access to more deals or access to, or even this. I might hang up this phone and have to be on a lawsuit somehow.
And that all basically happened while we're on that 4-hour trip too.
Well, dude, it's my day. It's my everyday. So where I'm going with that, it's all about how one is compartmentalizing these conversations with themselves. That's why you have to invest in yourself. That's why I'll never go broke, because I'm constantly investing in myself. Broke to me is not just about money. Broke to me is about mental capacity, mentally broke. There's so many people that have money in the bank, but they're mentally broke. They don't have drive. They don't have determination. They don't have grit. They're always complaining. They're always a victim. And it's why? Life is miserable. That's not fun to me. So, good stuff, man. So I could talk about this stuff all day, which we do.
For sure.
What's up, guys? Thank you very much. Yes.
Anyone ready to hop on live?
Let's go.
Guys, let's go. This time is now.
Rob, thanks for
message us.
Rob said
loud.
How I Raised Myself. That's a great book, From Failure to Success. I'll post the link in here. We're just talking about, hey, when you got started, were some of your successful hub locations outside of masterminds? You've built local relationships to identify, qualify, build with others. Nate, can you hop on here? This is a good question. I got some ideas on this, and I'll tell you what I did. When you got started, were there some successful? All right, buddy. What are 3 books I should read that will change my life? I have no clue. No one can answer that. And if they could, I'd be a trillionaire. I don't know of books that can change your life. The question is what are you seeking to find? Not change your life, because what are you changing? You're changing your weight. You're changing your mindset. You're changing your financial. There's so much to that. There's a lot of books out there on mindset. I'd read anything mindset driven, right? Maybe you're having challenges at home. Maybe you're having challenges in business. Maybe you're challenging in sales. There's so many. Again, you got to get better at asking questions for yourself, not for me, for yourself. Hey, how do I lose weight? Well, that's not a good question. Because the problem is when you lose weight, you always find it back. You need to make lifestyle changes. Who do I need to become to get the results I'm seeking? That's a little bit more higher level question to ask yourself, to get the desired result that you're really seeking. The truth is if I don't reach my goals, it's because I'm not asking the right questions. It's not because it doesn't exist. Just I'm not asking it and triggering it out to find the right path. Like, dude, how do I get smarter? Well, what does that mean? How do I do this? I don't know. Like, no one can answer it. Well, more widen my perspective about life and business. Again, spend time with yourself. Paul, and this is a real thing, is like he's asking, how do I widen my perspective about life and business? I think you widen it by, what do you want? I talked about this on Friday. What's your perfect day look like? And I'm talking from the time you wake up. What kind of bed are you in? What kind of location are you in? Are the birds chirping or is it raining? Are you on the ocean or are you in the woods? Are you naked? You have your spouse that you love to death beside you naked? Are you guys getting up, having sex? What are you doing? What are you thinking about? What's going on in your day? See, to me, my perfect day is not about doing nothing all day. It's about pursuing greatness. It's about pursuing them, because I want today to be perfect and I want the next day to be 1% better. And then that next day I want it to be 1% better than that day. And when you're chasing that, and I'm not saying I'm not enjoying it and I'm not grateful for all those moments either, by the way, so don't get that twisted. I'm actually thinking about how to become a better person, a better human being every day in all levels. Sometimes it doesn't show and sometimes it doesn't necessarily, serve me, but it will always serve me long term, right? Because sometimes being better, you have to do things you don't want to do, i.e. fire people in business, i.e. tell family members, I can't hang out with you because you're too negative. You don't have to say that like that, but that's what I say to myself. And then you create a conversation where you can kind of avoid them and or minimize timelines with them. And if it's your spouse, that's a whole nother story. One of my biggest fears in life is outgrowing my spouse or her outgrowing me. Maybe I'm not paying attention to her. Maybe she's not paying attention to me. Maybe I'm outpacing her on self-mindset and growth. Maybe we're not communicating enough. I think over-communicating is a good problem in relationships. You can't over-communicate if you love someone. Like, that's a real thing for me, and I'm trying to get better at that side at all levels with all my team members, because I tend to set it and move on. Set the expectation, move on, we'll revisit it once a week. Well, that doesn't work with spouses. So, and I'm just being genuine with you guys. Like, these are things that I'm constantly thinking about how to work on. I try to buy flowers often. I try to write letters often, little love letters to her. Like, hey, babe, I'm thinking about you. I love you. Can't wait to spend the next 100 years. Like, things I'm thinking about, passionate. Motion creates emotion. I want to just move and let her know I'm thinking about her. You got to remember, they're dealing with stuff. I'm dealing with stuff. So you got to find that in between where we're talking and conversating. It's not always pretty. It's who said it is, by the way. No one's ever said everything's easy and pretty. So, Paul, back to your question. Create your perfect life today. And I'm literally talking from the time you wake up until, did you sleep good? Was it restless? Was it not restless? Did you wake up feeling amazing? Because, right, we all wake up feeling different all the time. Like, today I woke up at 4:30 feeling very anxious. It's not my perfect day, but I'm an anxious guy in general. My thoughts, but my shoulder was hurting because I slept on it wrong. And then I got out of bed and my feet are killing me, literally killing me. But I'm like, I got this. So again, my backs are hurting, my joints are hurting. I'm playing around with my diet. I'm thinking about how to, do I eat less sugar? Do I eat less carbs or less this or less that, or add this to the diet? Maybe my joints, my inflammation. That's the stuff. I'm always trying to work on me. That's the only thing I can control. So went on a little tangent there, but at the end of the day, guys, I think you got to figure out, what do you want? I think when my life changed, because I've been involved in many masterminds my whole life, literally. That's how I got started in real estate. I went to an event, and that was, I call it a mastermind, but I went to an event where I saw what was possible. But I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be rich. That was my first thing I wanted to do. I wanted to be rich. Now, what does rich mean? It means something different to everybody at all different times. Me being rich, I wanted to make $100,000 a year. Well, if I made $100,000 a week, I'd be in trouble, let alone $100,000 a year now in my life, right? Well, shit, if I made $100,000 every 3 days, I'd be in trouble, because we're spending real money every day. We're investing in people. We have ads going on, marketing going on, teams going on, product going on, real things going on. So it changes. We evolve. And again, it's exciting. Here's the truth is, let's say if you make $1,000 a day. Well, in your brain has to trigger something. If I can make $1,000 a day, how could I make 10,000 a day? If I can make 10,000 a day, how can I make 20,000 a day? And so forth, right? So I see we got Rob a question, and then Rob's asking real quick, and we'll get the mic. Hey, Mark, do you write your goals down daily? I don't anymore. The problem I see with writing goals down daily, and again, don't take advice from me. I'm not an expert at goal writing. When I used to write my personal goals down daily, I used to not accomplish them. Why? Because I was daydreaming. Oh, I'm going to be rich. First of all, I wasn't even writing good goals. I was writing goals like, I want to lose weight. I want to be rich. It's too open-ended. There's no definition to it. I was getting closer to it and I wouldn't even know it. Or I was getting further away from it, I wouldn't know it, right? Unless I stepped on the scale, but then I wouldn't step on the scale because I was afraid to step on, it just perpetuated. So I just said, hey, here's where I'm going, my big picture in 12 months. And obviously, I'm navigating it through effort. And depending on what your goals are, you can take, there are certain activities you do. I do have goals, but I'm not writing them down daily. All right, I'm ready, Beacon.
All right.
Who are we bringing in?
We got Mike McKinley.
What's up, my man?
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Awesome, buddy. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I just had a question. So let's say that you have a business or a job that's been affected by the current situation, and you're just kind of stuck. You don't know what to do. There's nothing you can do with your current situation. What would you say would be the best use of your time to move forward?
Can we talk specifics or no?
Sure. Yeah. So specifically, to move forward as far as how to create revenue when your current business is closed because of the government.
You're in the outdoor space, I saw.
Yeah, outdoor recreation.
What does that mean?
It's a paintball facility.
Nice, I love it.
Yeah.
So you have a list of customers that come to that facility?
We do, yeah.
Have you communicated with them? Are you talking to them daily? Are they on an email list? Are they buying products still? What are they buying? They're all buying products, by the way, but what are they buying?
Right, yes. So, our biggest ticket sales here is just entry fees to the facility and then paint sales once they're here. We don't really have a big online store for that.
That's okay.
But yeah,
if this is me, I'm calling every one of my customers, my top rated customers that come in once a week, once a month, whatever. I'm calling the guys. Hey man, what's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy? Hey, anyways, this is so-and-so with paintball.com. Thinking about you, man. I don't have anything to sell you today. I just want to know how you're handling everything today.
Yeah.
Are you guys out paintballing with your buddies? Right? Because first of all, paintballing in the woods, where I'm from, that's social distancing. That's fun. You're 6 feet away. You're blasting each other with paintballs. So they need more paintballs. You can give them a good deal. Asking them questions, kind of figuring out what they're buying, what they're not buying, what they're up to. I'm assuming they're into stuff like paintballs, guns. Clearly, they're into guns and ammo. Where are you seeing the struggles? Where you see what's going on? Do you need any targets? Do you need any tips? Just be present for them and navigate a conversation. I would really see what they're buying, and then I would navigate that conversation and get myself in the middle of an opportunity.
Love that. Awesome. Thank you.
And not only that, you're planting seeds for your facility. No paintball company's calling their clients.
Yeah, I can guarantee that.
And not only that, I would create. Do you have an email database? Are you using a CRM management like a system?
We are. Yeah, we are.
The system you use?
It's developed by a guy that owns a paintball field in Texas. It's called Ventura. But yeah.
Okay. So can you email your database?
Oh yeah, yeah, we do quite regularly.
What are you emailing them though? Are you emailing them?
Typically, we email them content around upcoming events, birthday parties, just other content of what's going on at the facility, events that are coming up.
Yeah. So in essence, you haven't emailed them in 3 weeks, so there's nothing coming up.
Exactly.
Right? So I think the thing is I would be doing more asking them how you could provide value to them. So sometimes us as owners, we think we need to know the answer what our clients want. The truth is, what I've found out is, what if you just ask them? Hey, it's Mike over at blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, I hope you're doing well. Anyway, staying safe and everything over there. Hey, is there anything that I could provide value to you? Is it a video? Is it how to make your gun shoot faster? What are these guys into? They're trying all about the finger pull. There's stuff that you can provide content and value around that could be valuable to them that they're sitting around watching TV or YouTube videos of how to become a better paintballer. Hey, here's some outdoor courses I would recommend. Maybe, do this or that. And not ask them what they want to buy. They'll tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
I think you got to pivot. You got to remember, you're not that business. What you're dealing with, I think it's going to be a minute for it to recover back.
Right.
I think that business will be a little bit quicker than big facility stuff, just because there is outdoor movement and social distancing. But I think at the end of the day, man, I think you really can provide some. Dude, you might want to get into the online. This is a perfect time to invest your time on how to become a good e-com guy in the paintball space, because you know it so well.
Sure.
So it served both purposes. By the time the storm gets cleared, now you have a bigger database of people in your local community and from afar. And then now, like, I'm asking myself, how do I be more B2B with B2C opportunities as well?
Love it.
Dude, you can teach. By the way, you learn this, you get results. Guess who could be your clients? Other paintball business owners.
Right.
You go to them and say, hey, here's a $1,000 package that show you how to email, how to create content, how to do X, Y, and Z. Now you package it up, you make their business better. Now they make more money. They could use your platform, become an affiliate. I mean, there's so much to do that you could help, and it'd be fun.
I liked it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Where are you from? What part of town?
Central Illinois.
Oh, Illinois?
Yep.
Well, dude, guns and ammo are huge out there. So
Oh, yeah.
awesome, man. Well, thank you very much for the question. Appreciate
Take
it.
care.
Hey, Will's asking, Beacon, Will's asking if you can get Will. Hey, Mark, I'm 30 years old from Springfield, Ohio. I'll soon be a third-generation business owner at a niche machining company, surface grinding. We've been successful for 54 years, basically word of mouth and very little salesmanship. It will be up to me to grow the company and the old machinery employees and the methods that will be difficult to scale. Any advice for mindset or action in modernizing, scaling the niche to market scale, 8 to 10 employee business? I have a lot of thoughts on that. One, document the process. There you go, John. Will, so for me, first of all, congratulations. It's awesome to carry on the legacy, if that's what you want to do, by the way. It sounds like you're thinking more advanced, which is awesome. You got to look and see where the opportunities are inside of this obstacle. This is because you got to remember, the thing is with legacy businesses, i.e. third generation businesses, you're carrying over grandpa and dad or mom or whoever's, vision. And you got to have that conversation with them. You're going to be spending a lot of energy going back and forth with them, depending on how much they're letting go of the reins. So in my personal opinion, I think if you're trying to scale it, one, word of mouth is awesome, but word of mouth is marketing, by the way. It's just not forced marketing or conscious marketing. Even though you're doing it subconsciously, like just by doing good work and service, there's ways to simulate word of mouth marketing through, hey, if you give me a referral, I'll give you $100 to your next deal. Or, there's a lot of ways to do it. As for the machinery, and by the way, I suck at selling. So I know you said something. I'm very little salesmanship. I'm not good at selling. I'm just good at providing a solution to a problem. I'm actually really bad at selling. I'm not into the trickery like hardcore closing and get this deal. If you don't do this deal today, it's over. It's expired. You're done. It's like, dude, I'm ready when you're ready. Hit me up. Like you're going to be. The truth is, I think most people I talk to will be successful. The question is, do they want to take the fast path or short path? I'm cool either way. It doesn't affect me. If they want to take the short path, I think I can help them accelerate it. If they want to take the long path, go do it. I'm cool with that too. It does not affect me. You know what I mean? So I want to help them, but like if they don't want help, how can I help them? As for basically what am I going to help me grow the company? What would be difficult to scale, I guess, because I know you're talking about old machinery and old employees and methods. I would be very interested on what is difficult about it. I think it's going to be challenging. I think it's going to have high-level conversations. Like what you have to do, here's how you do it. You have to paint the vision of we're going to do something bigger, better. They're not just muling it out to do their job. Ask them how they could improve it. I just did this actually. Yesterday was the day. They revealed it to my team. In our media company, when I see a problem, I don't want to solve the problem because I can do that sometimes and or find people to do it. Instead, I went to the team and created a challenge internally where each person could win $1,000 if they solved the problem. Created better revenue for the company, created better streamlined SOP for the process and or both. And then we created teams and we competed against each other. One team came out massively ahead and each one of them would get $1,000. The other team learned from it. And they learn how to get tighter. Not only that, it creates a better culture and it creates better solutions that I would not even come up with, right? They're dealing with the problems every day. Tell me how to make this better. Tell me how to make your life easier. Tell me what this if I could grow the company 10x, but made your life easier, gave you more time off, allowed you to have a better quality of life, or would you be okay to help me do that? That's the kind of stuff I'm thinking about. That's kind of like the conversation I'd really have. And now what you do is you get them involved to help them feel like they are, by the way, help them get involved to help you get a clearer picture of what the future will look like. So now it's not forcing them to change. You're actually having them navigate change. I personally like to help people. And if I can help you as an individual, guess where it carries over to? It carries over into my company, right? So ask them what can help them. Ask them what they really need or want or don't want. Ask them, hey, I need a better machine. This is only printing out 14 bolts per minute. Well, if I could get a machine that did 200 bolts per minute, is this something that we could do over the next 5 years? Could we expand the company? Could you hire and train 3 people? Like, that's the kind of stuff I'm thinking about as an operator or an owner. And but I'm getting excited just talking about it because I love that side. I love machinery style business. I could watch that show, How It's Made, 24/7, because that's how I see it. And it's just a process, right? And every time that machine stamps, it's money, 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 money. And if we can get it doing this, it's more money. So that's what I'm thinking about. And when I see that stuff going on, and then obviously there's supply chain issues, there's invoicing issues, there's a whole nother level of problems with it. Now it's just a matter of what you got going on. So guys, 2 quick questions, and I'd like to ask the question, Beacon. I see someone popped on here a second ago. But one, if you guys would do me a huge favor and follow me over at markevansdm.com at the top area. Will, I'd love to if you want to hop on and chat here as well, feel free to. Follow me on markevansdm.com. I have that new book coming out April 24th at 12:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys will be first alerted over there inside of the Mark Evans DM email list. I'll let you guys know. You'll have first head start. I got some cool prizes, cool things I'm going to give away. So that'd be a cool thing to do. Not only that, tomorrow I have a special guest coming in. Yesterday I mentioned his name, Mike Aguilera from CEO Warrior. He runs and manages that company. He sold a company for a lot of money outside of the Jersey area. An amazing guy, very detailed. He smokes me in detail, smokes me in tactical. He's a very smart guy, and I want to bring smart guys and gals on this show to help you guys become better business owners, leaders, and just human beings in general. So I'll be sharing that with you tomorrow at 8:30 to 9:30 as well. He's awesome, guys. Bring questions. And by the way, you can check him out at CEO Warrior, but he does a lot of stuff with tradesmen. So if you're trying to figure out how to grow your trade company, if you're a machine company, if you're trying to figure out how to get your team on the phones, getting better on the phones, how to get better salesmanship through the process. And by the way, salesmanship's not necessarily the person selling. It could just be a better process, right? So if I come in, let's picture the garage door because I'm sitting in the garage. But if I come in here and I'm servicing this door, but I got 3 other doors, maybe I could teach them the path of like, hey, well, I'm already here. I can avoid the service charge. But for $40 per door, I'll put some grease or lube on the wheels. I'll check your springs and give you a 1-year warranty. Boom, just made an extra $120. The total job's now $350. I just 45% X my revenue. Like all this stuff that he's good at, he's very, very smart. Like I said, way smarter than me. So that's why I'm bringing people on here. So if you guys have a great gift or a great unique ability and I could get you in front of some people, I'd love to hear from you. You can always message me, private message me here inside of whatever channel you're in, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, or even Periscope. I'd love to talk to you. Guys, over on Instagram, I'm about to lose you in about 1 minute. I appreciate you guys being here. Stay here on the live. I'll be over here. If you want to follow, jump over to Facebook because I only got an hour over there. Beacon, do we have any other questions or comments? I can't hear you, buddy. Will, hey, thanks, Mark. Things have been on my mind. Good to know. Okay, cool, buddy. Let me see. I'm just kind of go through here. If I have any other questions. Thank you, guys. Any questions? Speak now. I love this stuff. I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for the great info. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Loving the content. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, John. Thank you, guys. Hey, guys, if this has been a big help and a big share, please feel free to share it. I'd love to get some more followers here. This is 100% free. I have no agenda except to help you guys. I'd love to do some live Q&A videos. It helps make my job easier over here. What's up, Vinny? You're the man too, buddy. Thank you. What's up, Chris? Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. So, guys, If you need anything, hit me up. Beacon, I appreciate you being here. Thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. In the meantime, check me out on Instagram, Mark Evans DM, YouTube, Mark Evans DM, Facebook, at Mark Evans DM. More importantly, follow me on the website at markevansdm.com. Sign up, newsletter. I got some cool stuff over there for you. Appreciate you guys being here. Check it out. Hope you have an amazing day. Thank you, Beacon. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you.